Okay, this video is the best songs of Christian rock and roll and Christian heavy metal music. And some songs, it's hard to say, do they really fit in this category? If they're really overtly religious, I usually didn't put them in here unless they definitely were pretty much rock and roll. And there's other songs that are sort of on the margins. They're a little bit country or they're a little bit more Irish, but whatever. It'll sort of make sense. All the songs here could not have occurred other than in a Christian tradition. So I do include things like AC/DC, Highway to Hell, Hell's Bells. Highway to Hell comes from Paradise Lost by Milton, okay? So it all makes sense. The best songs, I put them in green. And I'll put some links below so you can click on them from there. And I like having these things to myself. A lot of times I'm working, I'm bored, and I like to have some music to listen to, and I like to be able to find the songs real quick. So the songs that I think are great songs, I put them in green. All of the songs are really good, or they wouldn't get on this list. But the ones that are in green, I'll listen to those thousands of times. The ones that are in black, I'll listen to them hundreds and hundreds of times. So, what things stand out in particular? "O God of Earth and Altar" is based on the poem by G.K. Chesterton. Lots of singers have made a version of it. I think this guy Tim Bouchon has the best version of it. "Revelations" by Iron Maiden is a great version of that. I really like John Cougar Mellencamp. When that song came out, "Born in a Small Town," man, I was like a freshman and sophomore in college, and it really resonated with my upbringing and whatnot, so I liked him for that. He didn't turn his back on the Midwest. "Carry On My Wayward Son" was good stuff from Kansas. "Simple Man," Leonard Skinner, classic, just being a good, solid person. Hallowed Be Thy Name" is awesome. Iron Maiden's probably the best heavy metal group of all time. The singer, the drummer, the guitars, they're all fantastic. They're incredible. And by the way, the best rock and roll all comes from a Christian tradition. That's why all this multicultural stuff's a bunch of BS, okay? You got lots of high IQ people coming from other countries, but they simply don't produce much in the arts, okay? There's tons of high IQ people come from China, Japan, Korea. Where are their rock and roll groups? They don't do much in rock and roll. And then what do you see? When they convert to Christianity, they start making nice music, okay? I've seen a lot of nice Christian singing from those different ethnic groups. But the same thing, tons of high IQ people from India, tons of smart doctors from India. But what I'm saying is Christian tradition. Look at Dinesh D'Souza. He just made an awesome movie. He's done lots of great things. Vishal Mangalwadi, okay, Joseph Chandy, lots of them. When they convert to Christianity, they do a lot more artistically and musically, okay? And then, besides Russell Peters in comedy too. So there's lots of high IQs, but Christianity creates a mentality where you want to do something in the arts, where you want to do more for the world. If you don't have a Christian worldview, you sort of you might as well just take care of yourself and your family, maybe your extended family, your community or something, but Christianity makes you want to do more for the world. It just does. They produce more in the arts, more in charities, more in hospitals for those reasons, okay? And I think that's what it's all about. It's more selfless, okay? Now, I'm no expert on all this other stuff, but I do believe that, you need God to have the highest levels of inspiration, okay? Buddhism or meditating, that might be nice to talk about, but godless religions don't inspire the same amount of selfish achievement. They just don't, okay? Despite all those super high IQs, they don't, okay? All right, what else? Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin, that's all good stuff. Musically, Led Zeppelin was fantastic. In terms of the lyrics to their songs, it's kind of so-so. Stairway to Heaven obviously was great. Wayfaring Stranger is the best Johnny Cash song, and it's uber religious, okay? Shayna Golden, you want to hear a song about gender? That's the best song right there. You want to understand men and women? Shayna Golden. And this lady, Mead Walsh, Irish singer, she sings the best version of Shayna Golden. It's magnificent. I'll put a link below. Rising Moon, great old Irish song. Wolf Tone's got the best version of that. Praise You in the Storm, that's the best song of the Casting Crowns. Dry Bones Come Alive is great. Lauren Daigle has a beautiful voice. Let's see what else is good stuff. AC/DC, we used to always listen to that. It was wrestling, man. That would get you ready to be pumped up and fight. Ronnie James Dio and Rainbow, they were an awesome group back in the day. Maybe the second best heavy metal rock group of all time. Catch the Rainbow, the live version, is my favorite song by them. 16th Century Greensleeves is sort of like the studio version of the same song. Let's see what else. Kill the King is a great song. And their other stuff's really good. I used to listen to this all the time when I was in college. Uriah Heep's fantastic. Their best song is Paradise the Spell. It's a good long song, about, 9 minutes or something. I listen to that when I'm warming up to lift weights and working out. Wizards, good stuff. And there's some other good songs along those lines. Scorpions, great. Entranced, my favorite song of them. Whiskey in a Jar is best song by Thin Lizzy. Bleeding on Me is the best song of Metallica. And now here's another person, Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. Now you will say Ozzy Osbourne's, sort of a low IQ, crazy moron, drug addict, idiot. But you know what? His music is magnificent. A person could be an idiot savant, magnificent, awesome in one way, but sort of an idiot in another way. And so, Ozzy, I love Ozzy's songs. I'm Coming Home. That's great stuff. The other stuff is okay. Children of the Sea was good. I think Ronnie James Dio maybe sang on that one. He's an awesome singer. And then he went and sang a lot of stuff with Rainbow as well. Let's see. Thunder Road, like Bruce Springsteen. I don't like Bruce Springsteen. I think he's a lowlife scumbag, but I love the song. We had a different opinion of him back in the day when we were young in high school. Thunder Road was an awesome song. I've heard that thousands of times. Rod Stewart, I always love Rod Stewart. I still do. Foggy Dew, the best version is Sinead O'Connor with the Chieftains. More good stuff by Iron Maiden here. In My Dreams by Dawkins, great song. This one, Stranglehold by Ted Nugent. I like it just because we used to play that in wrestling practice. That song came out a long time ago, like in 1975, when we were learning how to do front headlocks, front body locks, side headlocks, and all this stuff. They used to play that during wrestling practice, and I like Ted. Okay, Cinderella, they've got it, man. They're just great. Tusk, Break the Chain, good Fleetwood Mac stuff. There's other kind of Christian, if it's purely Christian music, I don't have it in here. I don't have any Christmas songs in here. I don't have my gospel in here. All that stuff, I got separate videos about all that. And pure Irish stuff, I got separate videos about that. This is just stuff that has like a rock and roll component to it. And some of this, it's on the borderline with folk stuff, folk music. Like John Denver, I love John Denver. Especially Leaving on a Jet Plane, Poems and Prayers and Promises, Rocky Mountain High. And then I also love Peter, Paul, and Mary, 500 Miles. They have a great version as well, Leaving on a Jet Plane. I had long-distance girlfriends for a lot of my life, so... man, were those emotional moments. Then Christy Moore, it's Irish music, but it's awesome, and it kind of has a bit of a rock and roll feel to it. Ride On, I Wish I Was Back in Derry. They're just fantastic. So anyways, I love all this stuff, and I love the Christian tradition for producing music. And, where are the musicians nowadays? Nowadays, we got all these lightweight, phony suckwads, okay? This is real rock and roll, real Christian, real strong backbone. It's good, okay? So I know a lot of rock and roll is crazy, drugs and all that kind of stuff, but the stuff right here, you'll find it's all from a Christian tradition, one way or the other. Anyways, hope you enjoy it.